Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be going over the biggest schedule leaks for the Washington Commanders. I'll actually go through all of them. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well so you never miss a video trying to hit 16k subscribers. Let's get right into it. So right now, these are the schedule leaks so far for the Washington Commanders. If you like seeing them on primetime, it's great for you. It's a lot of primetime games for the Washington Commanders, either primetime or nationally televised games. So the Commanders will be, starting their season off against the New York Giants, so that'll be their week one matchup. Hopefully they can get off to a win there, and I think Josh Taylor is saying that's at home. Week 2 against Green Bay, Thursday night football, so short week, not much rest, and you're going to Green Bay, so that'll be a little bit of a tougher game. Not saying that they can't win that, obviously, but it'll be a little bit of a tougher game. Then you got a big gap in terms of those next games that you don't know, week 3, week 4, week 5. And then week 6, you play Chicago, Monday night football. Then week 11, you're playing at Miami, but you're playing against Miami, and it's technically a home game for Miami, but they're playing in Madrid, Spain, so that'll be good. And it'll be an early game. They don't have the times yet, I believe, but that'll be good for the Commanders because it's not going to be a home game for Madrid, and maybe they'll get some Spanish fans there in Spain. And then week 13 versus Broncos, that's likely Sunday Night Football. And then Commanders versus Eagles, that'll be week 16, Saturday. Then you got week 17, Dallas versus the Commanders on Christmas. And then week 18, you got the Philadelphia Eagles at Philly. And the Commanders Broncos game is confirmed. I'm trying to see if there is any more leaks, but overall, nothing crazy here. A lot of primetime games. That is what we expected. And you start against the Giants, it's not bad. Then you go to Green Bay, it's a little bit difficult, but not too bad. You play against Chicago. I mean, right there, you got a Thursday night football game, Monday night game, you got a Sunday night game, and then you're going to have Saturday, Christmas too. There's, and the Madrid game, a lot of primetime / nationally televised games. And let me pull up the tweet right here. It was from JP Finley. They have, he heard from a source, November or October and November, they won't have a single 1 p.m. game, which is crazy. Personally, I love the 1 p.m. games, so this is the price of being good, at least in terms of, for me, I love the 1 p.m. games. So they're going to be playing a lot at 4, 8, or these random days in the week, Monday, Thursday, maybe even Saturday. So 8 nationally televised games, Christmas, Madrid, Saturday. Those are the other, not necessarily prime time, but you can almost consider it prime time because everyone's going to be watching those games. Like Saturday, they don't have a lot of games there, so they're going to be watching that. The Madrid game, probably same thing, and Christmas definitely. So that just, it is a little bit annoying that they're not going to be playing any 1 p.m. games. I will miss that. Maybe it's just not a comfort thing because they were so bad, but the last 10-ish, basically since I've been watching, it's been 1 p.m. games every single Sunday, and it is what it is. That's, again, like I said, the price of being good, but we'll see how many 1 p.m. games they end up having. And we will see. And the biggest game that people are talking about, and this has been kind of leaked for the last week, is Commanders Dolphins week 11, November 16th at Madrid. And this right here, I believe this is the same as what Josh had. Maybe the Seahawks is new, I believe. You got the Seahawks. You will be playing them week 9. No, I think we talked about that, Sunday Night Football. But the Chiefs, I don't think I talked about that, Monday Night Football. And that's a big game. That'll be at Kansas City, Monday Night Football. So from what you see so far, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 primetime games so far. And then you add in the Cowboys game on Christmas, which you don't know the time yet. The Eagles game on Saturday, you don't know the time yet. And the Madrid game. That's 8 right there. And, all I'll say is this stretch at the end of the season here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 straight NFC East matchups. I don't love that, especially playing the Eagles for the first time week 16 and then playing them week 18 as well. Like I said, do not like that. Would have loved to open up against them, but that didn't happen. But week 16 as the first game you play them is crazy work in my opinion. I think for two of the best teams in the NFC, I think you would have liked to play space it out a little bit more. Just so, maybe you don't, knock on wood, if someone's injured, like a big injury, it doesn't affect the game as much. And, the matchup for TV purposes, if you had it like week 3 and week 17, or even week 6, week 7, and week 18, sorry, I said week 17. It's just a very small gap, and it's going to be a long time before they even play the Eagles, which is annoying because, the Eagles fans are going to keep talking until we beat them. And week 16 is the first chance we have to beat them. It will be at home, and, hopefully our, Commanders fans show out this year. The tickets, when they get released, if they have already, I believe they have been released, the fans know this team's going to be good. So I think they're going to show out versus last year. They didn't necessarily know, and, they definitely showed out more than prior years. But I think this year will be one of the biggest jumps in, home attendance for the bigger rivals, like, playing against the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Giants, teams that normally take over, Northwest Stadium. This year, hopefully it'll be, mostly Commanders fans in there. It's always, divisional rival, there's always going to be fans from the other team, but it's just not good when you have 75-80% Eagles fans. Hopefully this year it's like 60-40 Commanders to Eagles, supporters. So this is the schedule so far. The biggest takeaway, they have a lot of, primetime / nationally televised games, probably the most in the league, if not, it's right there with like the Chiefs and other teams as well. And yeah, we're just going to continue to wait and see what the full schedule will come out. I mean, we're missing weeks 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and then we got 10, we got 11. Week 12 is the rumored bye, which wouldn't be bad, a little bit earlier than normal. And then week 14 is the other one that's missing. So like 6 or so games, nothing crazy, nothing that's going to, completely, change things. I guess this is another leak, not confirmed, but Commanders Raiders week 3, 1 p.m. So I give my 1 p.m. game there, and we get another schedule leak. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys new, and peace.